Good morning, early risers. Welcome to the Rise and Shine stream. It is 3:45 in the morning here in Texas. That's right, super early. Salvatore is with us in the chat already. He is still awake, apparently. Not just awake, still awake. Jon Snow joined me for a minute to make sure everything was good. The setup looked good and everything. He gave it the thumbs up and then he left. He's out. He doesn't like to be on the show. He just likes to make sure everything's going how it's supposed to. What's up, guys? So anyway, dude, let me tell you something. Sunday night, I could not sleep. I didn't get much sleep. So Monday was a mofo at work. I struggled all day. Got home, took care of some business, and passed out. And I missed a bunch of stuff. Everybody's streams, everything that was going on, pretty much missed everything. Ballistic Coffee Boy, what's up, dude? BCB in the chat. BCB, what's up, dude? Hello, good morning. Good morning, Ion PPP. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna play anything this morning, but I am gonna do a little unboxing. I got some stuff that came in yesterday. I was awake enough to stumble over and pick up my package. I mean, good morning. That's all right. It is early. I understand. So we're going to just take a look at what I got in this little package. It's just it's not like anything crazy. It's just some stuff that I got. We'll look at it. Talk about it for a minute. On Super Mega Graphics 64 Plus, which is my secondary channel, I've been starting a new series of PlayStation 1 stuff. I broke out my OG PS1 and started playing some Ridge Racer, and it kind of led me to playing some other games. So expect to see some videos on that channel of PlayStation 1 stuff, if that's appealing to you at all. There's something magical about the original PlayStation. You know, for many years it was really, really awesome, and then it got kind of like, people kind of talked a lot of shit about the PS1 because they're like, the graphics they don't hold up as well, and it's all blocky, and I don't blah blah. And then somewhere in the mix, at some point, and I don't know exactly when it started to happen, people started to come back around on the PS1. Not everybody. Still plenty of people out there that don't like it, don't dig it, ain't down for it, ain't having it. But there definitely started to be an uptick in the people that could appreciate the PS1. And I got to tell you, I've had so much nostalgia because I really I don't really play my actual PS1 that much. If I'm playing PS1, I usually play on my PlayStation 3 because it's, got that compatibility. But firing up the actual PlayStation has been really surprisingly nostalgic for me. So anyway, that's what's happening on that channel, and having fun doing that. Let me check it in chat. Check it the chat. Hang on. All right, Salvatore was first in. Rise and shine. Don't you mean one last beer before bed? Yes. Good morning, Sai. Good morning, Salvatore. How are you? Yes. It's 4:20 somewhere. Well, probably. Ballistic Coffee Boy. Hello, Sai. Good morning. Yes. Sorry, I'm in bed typing. That's okay. That is totally acceptable. I would think most people would be either on their way to bed or getting up from bed or still in bed. The point is, a bed is highly involved at this hour. This is the hour of the bed. Whether you're actually to it yet or not, or actually free from it yet or not, the bed has a strong hold upon us. It's like at this hour, the bed is basically like the ring from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Let's see. A Salvatore, that Dragon's Curse game in the background looks really cool. I don't know that one. Yeah, that is on my TurboGrafx 16. That's running off my EverDrive. And it is the turbo chip version, not the CD version. But it is really nice. Ballistic Hobby just finished video editing. Oh, wow. Wow. I can't wait to see that one. I watch I'm not going to say I've seen everything you've ever done, BCB, but I have watched quite a bit. I'm sort of a BCB junkie, you know? I enjoy your videos very much. Very much. It's 2:50 there. Yes. Okay. Box time. Box time. It's let's see what we got in here. And this came from Atari. And hopefully everything's in good condition. It is kind of unfortunate that sometimes stuff comes from Atari and it's not always in great shape. I mean, it's always in pretty good shape, but sometimes there's some issues. Hopefully there won't be any issues with this. All right, let's see what all we got. Well, we got, let's see, first up is Super Circus Atari. I didn't ever buy this one until now. This is the 7800 version, and I'm looking forward to playing that. I've never played that, so that should be pretty cool. If you're not familiar with it, that's what she looks like. It says, this game may require an update to your console. I think I have all the new updates on my Atari 7800 Plus, but it should work on the regular 7800 also. I had problems getting Bentley Bear to work on my actual 7800. Something with the controls. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. Works great on the 7800 Plus, but on my regular 7800, something was weird about it. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something with controls. And I had read all these comments about like, oh, you got to flip this switch and you got to make sure that switch is this way and da-da-da-da. I did all that stuff. None of it helped. So I don't know what the deal is, but Bentley Bear does work on 7800 Plus. So Super Circus Atari. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Sweet Bob Descarinzu games. Yeah. Yeah. Those are great. All right. It says, step right up to see high-flying stunts and daring deeds as acrobatic clowns take center stage at the circus. You control the teeter-totter that launches two daredevil clowns into a moving cloud of balloons. As they fly into the air, they pop every balloon they touch, scoring points and astounding the audience. Will you earn a standing ovation with your death-defying performance, or will your stunts fall splat? I can't read it in the other languages. I don't know French or German, but there you go. Box is in pretty good shape. Has one little crease on the backside there. I don't know if you can see that. But it's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't care. I don't care. All right. That's the first one. Next one is a 2600 game. Look at that one. Mr. Run and Jump. They had two versions of this. One of them was more expensive than the other one. I think I got the cheaper one. I never had this. I never played this. So I'm looking forward to this. Mr. Run and Jump. Yeah. It's a 2600 cartridge. It says, oh no, Leap the dog. Wait. Oh no, Leap. The dog has begun wandering towards the dark realm. And if he ventures too far, he'll never be able to find his way back. It's up to Mr. Run and Jump to race through 6 colorful worlds, bound over obstacles, dodge deadly enemies, and save his best friend before it's too late. There you go. Mr. Run and Jump. I wonder if there will ever be a Mrs. Run and Jump. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? So that should be cool. That should be fun. I don't know if you see the graphics. That's what did I show you the graphics from the circus one? Probably did not. Circus. There's only one picture on the back that has graphics, so it's not. It's not really gonna help. All right, but anyway, there's those two. Let me go check the chat again. Let's see. Thanks, my friend. That means a lot. Thank you, Ballistic Coffee Boy. Dude, you do an exceptional job on everything you do. Thank you, sir. Salvatore, back in the day, my friends all had PS1, but I was a Sega Saturn guy. Well, here's to you, because I had a Sega Saturn back in the day also. I didn't get it first. I got a PlayStation first, but I did pick up a Saturn once they put it on sale. And I've always adored the Saturn. I think it's great. Is it as good as the PlayStation? Not in North America, but it is really, really great. And now it's way better than it's ever been. Sega Saturn is amazing. Let's see. Oh, Chris Courage joins the chat. Chris Courage, the man, the myth, the legend. And Chris is always welcome here. Chris does amazing mods, has done mods on several of my consoles, including my 7800, by the way. He did a really great composite mod on that, and I will always be eternally grateful for all of what the Chris courage, of all of Chris's courage. Let's say that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here. Ballistic Cowboy, the box and manuals in the newest batch are great. Super Circus Tiger Heli. Yes, Tiger Heli is one I already have, and it is fantastic. It is great. Let's see. Sadly missed out on all the Sega. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Well, you could still catch up a little bit. There's still time, right? There's still time. All right, next game I got was this one, which I don't know much about at all. This is on the 7800, Countermeasure 2. I do have the first Countermeasure. I don't know if it's 7800. I can't remember. I don't know, but this one is for the 7800. Works on 7800 Plus and 2600 Plus. And it says, "The war continues. We thought we were safe. We thought our enemies were defeated after we eliminated their missile silos and defenses. But we were wrong. Through various sources, we've learned that a new sleeper cell has been activated, and they have double the destructive capabilities. Once again, they have initiated a missile launch targeting Washington, D.C. Your mission is to infiltrate enemy territory, crack the failsafe code, and stop the launch." Yeah, it looks like serious stuff is happening on this one. War games type stuff. So that'll be interesting. Graphics don't show very much. It's just this little thing there. I don't really even remember much about the first Countermeasure. I do have it, but like I said, I can't remember what I have it on. Maybe I have it on 5200? I can't remember. What is the first Countermeasure on? I know I have it. I just can't remember on what. Anyway. Countermeasure 2 this summer. Starring The Rock, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Anyway. This is a good one. This is the one that I really wanted to get, and I put off getting for a long time because I wasn't sure. It was kind of expensive, and I just wasn't sure. But I was like, damn it, I'm going to end up getting it because I really want this. Yes, Pac-Man double feature. And this is awesome. Compatible with the 2600 Plus, 7800 Plus, and the 7800. So, yeah. 7800 Pac-Man. So, I have Pac-Man on 2600. I have Pac-Man on my 5200. Never had it on 7800 until now. So, 2 ways to chomp. Experience the original video game romance that began in 1982 when Atari brought Pac-Man to home consoles for the first time. Enjoy Pac-Man the way it was meant to be played on an Atari console with a new arcade-style version for the Atari 7800. Or revisit that very first home version of the game with the new re-release of Atari 2600 Pac-Man, just the way you remember it. Both games are together in a 2-in-1 cartridge. See why? It was love at first bite. That's right. 2-in-1 cartridge. So it does have the 2600 version and the new 7800 version. Well, it's not super new, but it's new to me. So that will be a blast. That will be a lot of fun to play that. Definitely. Awesome. All right. We only got one more thing in this box. And that's this sucker. I finally got around to buying this. I was dragging my feet on this for a long time because I actually, I have a XEGS. And I just couldn't justify buying this because I was like, I have an XEGS. And for 5200 stuff, I'm playing my 5200. So, one of the big complaints that I've heard people say about this thing, by the way, this is the Atari 400 Mini, if you can't tell. One of the big complaints I heard people say is that it really doesn't handle the 5200 stuff that well, which I don't care because I'm not going to play 5200 stuff on this because I have a 5200. My 5200 is S-Video modded. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. This is probably going to replace my XEGS as far as streaming setup goes. My XEGS, hang on. Ugh. It's sitting over there now. I have it set up on my CRT over there in anticipation of this moment. But yeah, my plan is basically to use this for Atari computer type stuff. So let's get it out of this plastic. Oh my. It's naked. It's naked. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So it's designed in the style of the 400, which is pretty cool. It's going to be really small. 400 is pretty good sized computer and everything. So this is way, way, way smaller. Apparently it comes with the joystick too, which I'm not going to probably use. I mean, I might, but it should be USB. This will be my first USB joystick that's an Atari joystick because I've never had one that was a USB. So that'll be interesting. And it does say on the back, load your own games via USB. So it's set up to load stuff already, just like the Intellivision Sprint, which is sitting over here, by the way. And now that we got the new update on the Sprint, we can do folders. I've been messing with that, setting up all my folders and getting game art and trying to get things set up on the Sprint. It's much better. So if you haven't done your update on your Sprint, do the update. It's worth it. All right, let me check the chat again. Bob D game was failsafe on VCS. I appreciate Sega games, but I had to stop collecting somewhere. Former NES fanboy. Dude, I understand. I understand. Countermeasure was 5200. Ah. Was it? All right. Well, that's good to know. So I can do a countermeasure centric stream where we do both the first one and the second one then. That should be fun. Somewhere in these plastic bins, there's a countermeasure cartridge. Where? I have a lot of cartridges. 5200 is one of my favorite systems. It's one of the last ones that I still do cartridges. Oh, well, I say one of the last ones. I have a shit ton of Intellivision cartridges, 2600, 7800, 5200, and Super Nintendo. I think that's pretty much... I mean, I have a stray cartridge here and there, but that's pretty much the bulk of everything that I have. Da-da-da. There it is. I knew I had it. I knew I had it. Needs to be cleaned a little, but it's okay. There it is. Countermeasure. So, We now have the complete set. There's not a countermeasure 3, is there? There's just 2, right? So we can do both of them. 5200 and then 7800. It'll be interesting to see the differences between them too. I'll have to look up the manual to this one because I'm sure I'll need it, because I think that's one of the reasons I didn't really play it, because I needed a manual. I don't know. It's been a long time. But that'll be a fun stream. We'll do a countermeasure 1 and 2 stream at some point. That'll be great. That'll be great. Damn it, I love Atari stuff. Let's see. Oh, yes, fantastic. Random Mazes 2. Bob DiCrenzo also made this. He's great. I got to learn more about Bob. What about Bob? I got to learn more about Bob. I love the XEGS. It's really cool. It's really cool. Hopefully I enjoy the 400 Mini. Hopefully that turns out to be a good purchase. Salvador, my friend had a 400. I thought the keyboard was weird. Yeah, that's true. It is. It's the little weird keyboard. we had a we didn't have Atari computers when I was a kid, but we had a TRS-80 Mini, the little microcomputer with the chiclet keys, which they're not the same type of keys as this. This is like yeah, it's but okay, it's a different type of key, but it's the same problem. They're little and you can't really type, you know. Yeah. And that might be one of the reasons my mom didn't get one of those. Instead, we went with the TRS-80. And we had that for years before we finally got Apple computer. So we never had Atari computers back in the day. But I really wanted an Atari computer back in the day. We just never got one. My mom was like, no, you don't need an Atari computer. We didn't get Atari stuff for a long time. We didn't even have a 2600 right away. We had an Intellivision. And we had a TRS-80, and we had both of those for a long time. Eventually, we got a 2600 from a garage sale that they were selling a bunch of stuff and a bunch of games, and we bought a whole bunch of Atari stuff. But that was like 1986. I mean, that was late, you know. I was late to a lot of things. But yeah, never got the Atari computer until I was grown. I never got an Atari computer until John, the retro bro, my buddy, sold me the XEGS. So there you go. Didn't even know much about it. All right. Let's see. Salvatore, my friend had Atari 400. I thought the keyboard was weird, so I begged my parents for a Commodore 64, which was cheaper too. So I like the C64 Mini. Well, I got to say, I'm digging the C64 Mini. I got mine sitting over here. I haven't played it too much yet, so that'll be more exploring that I need to do. I love having these new experiences of old stuff. This is what I love to do on the channel, is explore old stuff that I'm not familiar with. It's awesome. So that's, yeah, C64 Mini. Now we got the 400 Mini. This is good. We're moving in an interesting direction. I looked at the Amiga. The Amiga 500 Mini, I wanted to get one. Ooh, they are going for like $200 and something, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So maybe if I can find a deal on the Amiga 500 Mini, I do want to get one. But yeah, not paying $200 and something for that. I hope Atari at some point considers releasing an Atari ST Mini. An Atari ST Mini. That would be freaking badass. Because I don't know anything really about Atari ST other than it's 16-bit and apparently has really good music. But I don't know much about it other than that. And I have always wanted an Atari ST. That was the one... That was the one me and my brother were like really studying for a while when I was a kid. Like my brother was really wanting an Atari ST, and we just never were able to get one. And I don't want to buy a real Atari ST because that's opening a whole can of worms that I don't want to go down. But if they were to do an Atari ST Mini, I'm there day one. Absolutely. Let's see. Ballistic Cowboy, you can use that Commodore 64 stick with almost all Atari consoles. Oh, is that what you're saying? CX stick? Oh, CX. Is that what they... Okay, maybe I'm... Because the stick that comes with this is USB, right? It's not the... It says authentically updated C64 or CX40 stick. No, you're not talking about Commodore 64. You meant this one. CX40 stick. So does this thing just use a regular Atari? Is it not USB? Okay, I'm going to have to open it. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently, which is obvious. But let's take a look. Let's see what we got inside the box. What's in the box? There, I did it. All right. Okay. Oh, nice presentation. Oh my, the stick has a little protection. Look what they did with this. That's funny. Oh my. Oh, it is USB. Look, it's USB, and it has extra buttons on it up here. Oh. Wow, I might use this actually. I don't know. I tend to gravitate towards something with a D-pad, but that's interesting. Okay. So it's not just a regular one, it's USB, which is what I was thinking. Look how tiny this little computer is. Look at that. That is very small. Does the top pop off? No, that's just for show. Damn it, I want to upgrade it. Or that's the 800 that you can upgrade. Yeah, never mind. Do the little keys work? No, they don't. I mean, that's cool. It has 4 USB ports. That's a lot. And it has another USB in the back. Good Lord. And then HDMI and then the USB-C power. And then there's a button for power. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of functionality. The Commodore 64 Mini has 2 USB ports and then a power and HDMI, and that's it. So this thing is loaded. Wow. So this thing's ready for 4-player gaming if you really wanted to do that. How about that? Okay. Well, you're just going to sit in the box for now, buddy, because we're not playing right now. But there you go. We got to put the protection back on the stick. Hang on. We gotta get it back on there. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna set this thing up. We're gonna have us some fun. Come on, get back in the thing. Did I put it in wrong? That's what she said. Oh my God, I can't get it back in there right. Something's wrong. It's not going in right. Ah. Maybe now it will. Maybe now it will. Let's see. Ah, there it goes. Okay. We got it. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Let me stack all this stuff up. This is all of our... This is what they call a haul. This is our haul. I hauled this in on my wheelbarrow. I don't know. I always thought that term was funny. Okay, back to the chat. Let's see. No countermeasure 3 yet. Not yet. Thank you. I'll be looking forward to that. The countermeasure pleasure stream. Oh my. Countermeasure pleasure. My pleasure. My favorite thing they say at Chick-fil-A. Ballistic Cowboy Bob has been making Atari homebrew since the 80s. I interviewed him twice. Great guy. He's still working on more games for Atari. Dude, what a cool dude. What a cool dude. And awesome that you got to interview him. That's really great. Wow. Ballistic, for Atari now. I reviewed the Commodore 64 Mini. It's great. You can load programs. Yeah, I've got a few loaded on it. I'm still searching for the one game. There's one game that I played on a Commodore 64 when I was in, I think it was the 5th grade. I spent half a year at a different school in the 5th grade, and they had a Commodore 64 set up. And a couple of times they let us play a game on there, which I don't know what is, and I can't figure it out, but I will figure it out. And you're this little robot. You're scrolling across the screen. It almost looks kind of like Xenophobe, but instead of having the two, like, the top and the bottom screens, it was just one screen. And you're like your little robot dude going across the screen shooting other things. So it's kind of side scrolling through like a space station or something. Dude, this was the 5th grade, so I'm struggling to remember. But if I see it, I'll know it. If I see it, I'll know it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know what the game is called. But when I find it, it's going on my Commodore 64 Mini. And I will have fulfilled one of my white whales. I will have fulfilled one of those things that I've always wanted to go back to and experience again and have never been able to. So I'm not in a rush. We're going to get there. But it will happen at some point. It will happen. Let's see. Chris says that Mini is so mini it looks like an old AM radio. It's very small, yes. Blessed Copper Boy, you could do 5-man Doom on that. Wow, 5-man Doom? Ballistic Copper Boy, my buddy Adam and I load his friend Chris's program he made in 1982 on the Commodore 64 Mini for the first time since he made it. Oh, that's really cool. Dude, that's the kind of stuff that is why it's so cool to have this kind of stuff, It's like if they made an Apple II GS Mini, dude, we had an Apple IIe clone called the Laser 128 for many, many, many years before we ever got an IBM compatible. And then we got to play Apple II GS at the schools. Apple II GS that's the one I want to get. If they ever do a Mini for that, they won't. But if they ever did, my God. But yeah, if I had an Apple II Mini and I could go back and experience, there's so much stuff. I mean, I could do emulation and stuff now. I could do that. And I have done it a little bit. But that would be a really cool system to have too, as an Apple II Mini. That would be great. But it's got to have a better controller than what we had back in the day, because the joystick we had back in the day was bad. It was not good. It was not good. So, that would have to be improved. Chris Courage, the only games I got to play on Commodore 64 in the computer lab in school was Lemonade Stand and Oregon Trail. Oh, man. I died from dysentery so many times in Oregon Trail. It's not even funny. Silverwings, what are you doing up? Silverwings is awake. Or is he still awake? Is that what it is, Silverwings? You're still awake? Psydroid? PSI-Droid? Psydroid? Let me look that up. Are you talking about for the Commodore 64? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I have no idea. Hang on, let me look. Psydroid. No, that's not it. That looks pretty cool though. That looks pretty cool. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Psydroid. Oh, that's really small. Can we make bigger pictures, please? Well, now everything's... Yeah, that's definitely not what I was thinking of. That's interesting, but that's definitely not what I was thinking of. The game I'm trying to remember is this little bitty robot on the screen. And it's like, it's not set up like this at all. But that's an interesting one. Thank you for that. Let's see. Wish 1 inch biceps. What's up, dude? He says, wish I knew more about Commodore 64 games. It's very foreign to me. And when I first turned on the Commodore 64 Mini and I was playing games, when I was looking at the built-in games, I was like, I've never heard of any of these games. I was like, I don't know nothing about this. It was really awesome. You know, there's something to be said about firing up a retro device that has a whole bunch of games that a lot of people have had experience with and you know nothing about. And you're like, okay, I get to learn about all this stuff. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. You know, nostalgia is a big part of what we do in the retro gaming thing. But it's not everything we do. Some of it is a genuine appreciation for the style and gameplay and graphics and the technical aspects and the artistic aspects of a certain type of game, a certain style of game, an age of gaming. Yeah, it's not just nostalgia for specific games. It's also an appreciation. It's like basically the retro stuff like this. It's like almost like I said, an art. It's like going to a museum and seeing paintings you've never seen before because you appreciate that style. You appreciate that artistry. You appreciate what's going on with that. So, you know, a lot of people dismiss retro gaming. They really do. They dismiss retro gaming and they're like, oh, you just have the member berries. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Member berries is a big part of it, but that's not everything. It's part of it. But if you just think of it like that, then I can understand. Like, I don't know. I think some people just view gaming as sort of like a means to an end, not really like an art form. It's like, you know, you're just getting your fix. You're getting your entertainment, and whatever that is, it is. And you don't really have an appreciation for it necessarily. It's just, is it fun? Otherwise, I don't give a crap, you know. I don't know. Maybe it's too early for these kind of thoughts. I don't know. Melissa Cowboy, there are tons of C64 games. Yeah, there are. There are a crap ton. So it might take me a while to find this game I'm looking for, but I'll find it. Sir Wings, I was making cinnamon rolls. Nice. Very nice. Salvatore, you know what's weird? I'm from Oregon and a big Commodore 64 fan, but I never even heard of Oregon Trail back in the day. Oh my God. Really? Wow. Do you say, since you're from Oregon, I have a serious question for you, Salvatore. I'm not sure how you can answer this in the chat. I'll do it like this. I want to know how you pronounce Oregon. Is it option 1, Oregon? Or is it option 2, Oregon? Oregon. Or is there another option? Because I used to hear people say Oregon, and I'd be like, is that right? And they'd be like, that's the proper way to say it. And then I would hear other people that would say, no, it's Oregon. And I'm like, So I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is to say there. It's like people from Colorado. I knew a dude from Colorado that told me it was pronounced Colorado. And I was like, Colorado? So I don't know. I don't know. Salvatore, I have Oregon Trail for PS5. Haven't had time to play much yet. Well, that should be that's a fun game, dude. That's a really fun game. You definitely should try it. Same here, Cy. 1 inch bicep. Punch in Robot and Commodore 64 games, then scroll through pictures till you see something. Yes, I'll find it. I'll find it. We're going to get there. Ballistic Cardboard. Commodore 64 is a huge, fun rabbit hole. Yes, absolutely. Chris says, just start saying you have appreciation for the classics like people do for old movies. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Absolutely. All right. Salvatore says, Oregon. Oregon. Oregon? I've never heard that pronunciation. Oregon? Oregon. Oregon. I've never heard that. Wow. Is that how you're supposed to say it? Or am I saying that wrong even now? I don't know. Frosty McFrost. Hey, players. What's up, Frosty? How you doing, Frosty? Hey, players. Hey. What's up, dude? Salvatore, we're not gone. We're not gone. Okay. Frosty says, I think option A for Oregon. So that's what I've always said was Oregon, but I've heard a lot of different things. Now I've heard something else that I wasn't thinking. One Inch Bicep says, it's like Jaguar, Atari Jaguar. Depends if you're rich or not. Yes, exactly. In Texas, we just say Jaguar. But we're not supposed to say Jaguar because it pisses people off. So I always overemphasize Atari Jaguar. Atari Jaguar. Ballistic says, we have a town here behind the Sandia Mountains on the way to Santa Fe called Madrid. They filmed Wild Hogs here. If you don't pronounce it Madrid, they won't talk to you. Oh, okay. Is there a different way to say Madrid? Or are you supposed to say... I don't know. That's interesting. How you say it, Ballistic? I mean, they won't talk to you. Yeah, I that's weird. How about Orijon? Orijon? Or oregano? What's up, Tricom? How you doing? Oregano. Salvatore, I like the British Jaguar. Atari Jaguar. Perhaps you like to play the Atari Jaguar. Oh my. I say, have you played the Atari Jaguar today? No, I have not. Man. Anyway, we got quite a bit of good stuff now to check out, so that'll be happening soon. And like I said, I've been polishing up my Intellivision Sprint now that I've got the update on it, and I got folders set up. I made my own graphics for my folders, and I've been trying to piece together all the graphics for the games, for the retail games. I haven't started yet to put graphics on homebrew stuff, but that's a project. It's something I'm going to be continuing to work on. I'm not like in a rush trying to finish or anything, but just adding a bunch of graphics to my Intellivision Plus. Good, fun stuff. And like I said, on my other channel, on the Super Mega Graphics 64 Plus, we're doing I've started some PlayStation stuff with the original PlayStation, and we're going to have some fun doing that too. So there's quite a bit of variety going on. We got PlayStation stuff happening on Super Mega Graphics 64 Plus, and we got some super duper retro and exploration of Atari computer stuff going on this channel, and of course Sprint stuff that's continuing to evolve. A lot going on the channel. And I have a lot of time off coming up because after today I'll be off until next Monday. So yeah, I should be able to get quite a bit of content generated in the next few days. Let's see, Salvatore. Hey, we're not gone. I mean, it's not pronounced Oregon. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what I learned a long time ago. Trying to explain pronunciations in a chat just does not work. I've tried. Eugene was doing a stream a while back where he's playing something, And I was trying to explain to him a pronunciation about something. And I was like, I realized while I was doing it, I was like, there's literally no way to explain how to pronounce something to somebody that doesn't quite catch what you're trying to say. So it's very, very difficult to explain a pronunciation through text. Anybody that's texted on the phone and had tried to do that knows what I'm talking about. So bear with me, folks. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. Let's see. Ballistic Coffee Boy, Jaguar. Yes, Jaguar. Thanks, Side. That unboxing rocked. It's pretty cool. I mean, I didn't like open up all the different boxes and stuff, but we got some fun stuff. Sometimes people get too caught up in the unboxing and it gets kind of boring because you're sitting there waiting and waiting. And they're like, okay. I don't know. Let's see. Frosty McFrost. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Salvatore, not hey, by the way. Damn autocorrect. Off work? Man, I don't ever want to work again. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Tricom origami. Chris, do Ray, Oregon. Well, I don't know. Bottom line, you pronounced Oregon fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't know. I'm from Texas. We don't pronounce jack shit. We don't know from pronouncing. What we do in Texas is not necessarily correct, but it's what we do. It's what we do. This is who we are. So yeah, we'll do at some point we'll do some countermeasure 1 and 2. That'll be a fun stream. Get back to the Commodore 64 Mini at some point. We'll check out Mr. Run and Jump. We definitely got to check out some Pac-Man double feature. Have that experience. It should be fun. Super Circus Atari for 7800. That'll be awesome as well. And of course, we must explore this sucker and see if we can load up everything that I have on my XEGS. I wonder how the demos will run on here. You know, because there's a crap ton of like demos, like graphical demos and fun, you know, musical demos and all kinds of stuff for the Atari computer. Not all of them would run on my XEGS because it's limited to 64K on the RAM, but this might run everything. So I don't know. That's going to be fun to explore. So we're going to have fun. Going to have me some fun. We're going to have a good time. Yeah. We're going to have a real good time. Ballistic says, you must hit the hay. Oh, you must hit the hay, not me. I'm like, no. You must hit the hay. Thanks, and gang from, yes, Ballistic Cowboy. Yes. He's from the Dallas area, just like me. Well, thank you, fellow Texan. Thank you, fellow Dallas area person. I don't know what we call. Anyway, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. 1 inch bisect. Are you an organ donor? Organ. I've never pronounced it organ. An Oregon donor. Okay. Salvatore, I have a 5200 in the closet. Oh my. Haven't tried it in decades. Wonder if it still works. Well, you know what? Sometimes you got to break things out of the closet and see what happens. You should definitely try to play it, though. 5200 is badass. The controller, if you haven't used it in a long time, you might have some problems. Because every so often I have to do a bunch of stuff on my controllers. You know, clean them up, take them apart, do some stuff to get them to work right. Because 5200 controllers, it's a strange thing. They don't sit well. They don't rest well, if you know what I mean. Ballistic, you'll like the 400 Mini. Cool. Dallasite. Okay, there you go. I hate that word. Yeah, it's a weird word. It sounds like you have a disease. Don't let Dalicide happen to you. The Oregon Trail is a real game after all. The Oregon Trail? Oh my gosh, I can only imagine. Chris says, careful if that 5200 has that weird video plus power supply combo. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. Thankfully, my modded one, they got rid of that. It's S-Video modded. I don't have that. But yeah, that's true. Be careful with that. 5200 mini would be cool. I mean, this could be a 5200 mini if they just brought out a controller for it that, or just gave it support for analog and you could use your own controller. So, but an actual 5200 mini, that would be pretty cool. Ballistic, I want an XEGS Plus. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. 1-inch bicep. That Titan sub should have controlled off the 5200 remote. That Titan sub should have controlled off the 5200 remote. Oh. It took me a minute to figure out what you're trying to say. Wow. I don't know about that. What it's bicep, that's messed up. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys for coming to join me this morning to hang out, to do a little unboxing and a little bit of chit chat. Not playing any games this morning, but plenty of gameplay coming to the channel very, very soon. You guys are amazing. So, yeah, we'll be playing a lot of stuff. We'll be hanging out, exploring libraries, experimenting with games, discovering stuff together, and reliving some awesome old stuff that we've all enjoyed, or at least that I've enjoyed in the past. So there's a lot of new stuff on the channel that's coming. And you guys, I mean, I was talking with Eugene the other day, and he was saying, you know, we were having a discussion about, like, what if when you pass on, would you want an AI version of yourself to continue making videos or stuff like that? And I was like, no, why would I want that? My point being, the whole reason I do this whole channel is to hang out with you guys. And, you know, I very much enjoy hanging out in the chats, talking with you guys, getting your feedback, taking the different detours that the conversations lead us down. The chat is the whole reason for me to do the channel. So I greatly appreciate every single person that comes to hang out with me. I mean, not every single, there's a couple people, probably not, that we've pushed to the side because that wasn't working out. But everybody else that's here for decent reasons, I've always appreciated you, and I continue to. So thank you for being a part of this. Ballistic says, just imagine if they made XEGS Mini with a mini gun. Okay, the little light gun, if they could figure that out. Not a mini gun, that would be, you'd be like, pew, 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 it broke. But yeah, no, with a gun would be really cool. It could be a little smaller, to be fair. It could be a little smaller. Thank you, Ballistic Coffee Boy. Thank you, Silver Wings, Trichome, 1-inch bicep, Saboteur, who was first in. Chris Courage, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you very much for being here, sir. Thank you to Frosty McFrost. Keeping it chill, Frosty McFrost. Did I say 1-inch bicep? I think I did. There's somebody else. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Scrolling. Still scrolling. Maybe I missed. There's somebody I missed, I think. That happens to me all the time. Don't take it personal. I miss everything. I miss more than I hit. We'll just say that. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. Check out Ballistic Coffee Boy's channel if you guys haven't seen it. Holy crap. Does awesome content, interviews, gameplay stuff. He's got a stream, or what he likes to do. This is what Ballistic Coffee Boy likes to do. He'll do these premieres for a video. It's almost like you're watching do you remember maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, we used to have this thing called Channel 1 that would come on at school. They had these TVs in the classrooms, and they would play this thing for us that was like 30 minutes long, and it was like a news show for kids, and it would show different segments of, like, you know, different topics that were going on in the news from sort of like a kid's point of view, and it would show movies and games. It would show all kinds of cool stuff, and it was like a show. It was kind of like G4 a little bit, if you're familiar with that. I didn't get to watch a lot of G4, but I did see some of it, and it was kind of like this Channel 1 thing they used to have. Ballistic Coffee Boy's channel reminds me of that experience. It's like you watch his premieres, and it's like a bunch of segments that are like connected, like a show, it's really cool the way he does that. So there's a lot of fun stuff going on, and even like old school retro commercials and like really cool stuff like that. So definitely go check that out. PJ, you showed up right at the end. Damn, woke up late. Thanks for coming, PJ. We got some cool stuff we're going to be exploring later. I got the Atari 400 Mini. I got some cartridges and stuff. Check out the replay, you know, if you get a chance. Thanks for coming, PJ. I appreciate that. Most of them work at CNN now. Really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Anyway, guys, you rock. This has been awesome. Let's get through this work day. This is my last work day before my vacation starts. Let's get through today, and we'll come back, and we got a lot of gaming to do. PJ, I know you're getting things set up with the Sprint. I'm getting my Sprint set up. I'm really looking forward to some Sprint stuff, some super duper retro gaming of all kinds. We're going to have a good time. Wasn't Anderson Cooper on it? Oh, wow. If he was, I didn't know that. I don't remember who the people were that were on the channel, on Channel 1 is what we're talking about. I don't remember. But yeah, you had that channel too. Cool. Oh, he was on there. Wow. Well, there you go. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. I will catch you again next time. We're going to have fun hanging out, doing more stuff. But this was a blast. This was awesome. Thanks, everybody, for being here. You're the best. And I will see you later. Peace out, yo.